Hey, what is going on? And welcome to your social media set list. My name is Leonard, Indie Band Coach. And yeah, I am here to help you plan your month over lunch on social media. I want to be specifically talking to my bandmates, my band friends, my band fam. So if you are tuning in, please drop in the comments where you're tuning in from. I would love to connect with you. I'd love to know where you are, where you're at, and also let me know, what do you do? Are you a musician, or do you play guitar? Do you sing, or are you just a music fan? Let me know. Would love to connect with you guys. So yeah, we are going to keep this pretty short today. One, because it might, depending on where you're at, it might be your lunchtime. It's lunchtime for me, and I also just got a call from our groomer that our dog Chase is ready. So I'm definitely going to need to go get him. But one of the things that we talk about a lot in the just music community and being in bands is like, how can we best, really just take advantage of social media and AI and things like that. So one of the things that started to do and try to do to help is to actually come on and be able to provide um, some tips and some planning and things like that, so that you can that you can use social media for what it is, which is a means to an end, which is a tool that can really help you, take advantage of your talent and connect with people. So, um, again, take a look at the comments and let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what questions you have. I would love to help answer them. I'm going to share my screen here in a second. What we're going to do is we are going to try to come up with at least 10 ideas for this next month. And the basis of that are going to be some date specific ideas that you can use. By no means, by no way, shape, or form are you supposed to try to use all of these. These are just ideas to um, help spark some creativity and help give you some ideas that you can use that match up with your band, that match up with your brand. So definitely don't worry about trying to um, use all of these, but then we'll take a couple of them, and if we have any questions, we'll do that as well. But we'll take a couple of them and then also see how AI can help magnify those and how we can help tailor those to your band. All right, good deal. So, yes, we are streaming live right now on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube through the help of this awesome tool, this awesome platform called StreamYard. So, if you have questions or comments, regardless of what platform you're on, if you type those in, I'll be able to see those on the screen. And if you want to come on screen, we can do that too. But yeah, we'll be able to get your questions answered and go from there. All right. So I am going to share my screen, I believe. Let's see. There we go. Undo screen number 2. There we go. We are sharing. All right. So if you're just tuning in, make sure you drop where you are tuning in from. I would love to connect with you. So as I mentioned, we've got some ideas here that I'm going to just throw out at you. But one of the things I wanted to also share is where I source some of this information from. And there is a website called National Day Calendar. There are several more out there where you can get info and you can use as recurring themes for things like that. But National Day Calendar basically, and several other sites like it, will list nationally recognized days. Now, some of these are actual national holidays. Others are just more, you know, you know, branded holidays, excuses to celebrate and things like that. But honestly, isn't that what social media is? Sometimes it's like we're looking for a reason to show up. We're looking for a reason to actually, post on social, especially in between those times when we don't have a release coming out, or we don't have a gig coming up. And it's a natural tendency, as I think, being in a band, just to think, okay, what shows do I have coming up? What do I need to promote, this week or this month? So having days like this, having excuses like this, can help spark some creativity and spark some ideas. So I've actually come up with 10 of these ideas that I wanted to share with you real quick. And actually, what I'm going to do is let's just do full screen layout for me. There we go. And then, yeah, I've got the first one I wanted to introduce is, honestly, it's pretty basic. But if you think about, you know, just coming up with a reason to post, one of the things that's really going to hit people here coming up is daylight savings time. That is this coming Sunday, November 2nd. Whatever ways you want to spend that, there's lots of memes and things out there like that. But if you are a church musician, it's always on a Sunday, so it's a great excuse to be able to remind people that, for whatever digital clocks they don't have in their arsenal, that they can make sure that they don't forget that. So it's also like a little public service announcement. You're just doing a nice thing. But yeah, November 2nd, this coming Sunday, is going to be daylight savings time. November 4th is kind of a cool day, or could be kind of a cool day. November 4th is actually National Candy Day. So, National Candy Day, a couple of things that you could do. Obviously, if you have a favorite type of candy, or you and your bandmates have a favorite type of candy, go on there, take a picture of each of you with your favorite type of candy, and have folks vote on that. But one of the things that we have done, that seems to get some really good traction as a band. My band is Living Proof. It's at Living Proof Indie. But for a few holidays and a few different occasions, what we'll do is, in honor of, let's say, National Candy Day, drop your favorite songs that have the word candy, sweet, or sugar in the title, something like that. So, real easy things for people to think of. We're not trying to make people do homework. So really easy things for people to share ideas on. And, some of them, go better than others, but a couple of those posts have really generated some really nice engagement for us, some really nice content for us. So yeah, think about how you can use National Candy Day for your band. Idea number 3, November 6th, National Saxophone Day. We just happen to be a band that has a saxophone player. Shout out to Josh. What up? If you have, a saxophone player in your band, it's obviously a great opportunity to highlight them. So we'll probably make a post about Josh. But then, even if you don't, if you cover songs that actually do have saxophone in them, that's a great way to share that as well. So, National Saxophone Day is idea number 3. Idea number 4 is actually a national holiday here in the U.S., and that is National Veterans Day. It's Veterans Day. So if you yourself have served, or someone in your family has served, a great way to acknowledge and thank people for their service, and also just in general, a great opportunity to say thank you for all the things that our veterans have done for us in this great country of ours. So National Veterans Day is idea number 4. Number 5, check this out. And this is one of those, not necessarily a real holiday, but something that you can, think about. But November 15th, idea number 5. November 15th is a couple of things. It's National Clean Out Your Fridge Day and National Philanthropy Day. So if you happen to be tied to any sort of nonprofit or charity or something like that that does some great work, that's a great time to highlight them. And then National Clean Out Your Fridge Day. I did not know that this was coming up, but I literally just looked in our fridge and there are a couple of jars of some things in the back on the front shelf that I literally thought to myself, this was yesterday. I got to clean out this fridge. I don't know what's growing back there. So that could be a post in itself, pulling out items out of your fridge and actually trying to find out, like, what is this? And, maybe is it still safe? So that is idea number 5. And if you're just tuning in, let me know, what ideas do you have? What's coming up in November? And we're going to do these, and then we'll actually take a couple of these to ChatGPT. So I am going to turn down my volume on that. Awesome. All right, idea number 6. Actually, that was like 5 and 6. That was like 2 for the price of 1. Anyway, okay. Next idea, or next date, how about that, is November 16th, which is actually National Indiana Day. What up? And then also it is Fast Food Day. So obviously, if you're in Indiana, great opportunity to maybe highlight some places that, or a place that, your audience might not know about, or something cool about Indiana that you love. And, just be able to highlight that with your friends and then turn it around and ask them a question. Hey, what's something cool about Indiana that you love, or a place that you love to listen to live music, for example, in Indiana? And then National Fast Food Day, easy, same thing as like Candy Day. Like, if there is, one of your favorite fast food places, you could like have a competition, pit one fast food burger against another. I know when I was living out in California, it was this, In-N-Out burger is just the thing out west. But I am kind of partial to Five Guys, which is more East Coast. And I'm like, and they were just anti Five Guys out there. I'm like, guys, In-N-Out has a drive-through. It's just like a quick burger kind of thing. Like, Five Guys does not have a restaurant or does not have a drive-through because it is a restaurant. It's apples and oranges. Anyway, see, I already know what I'm going after. But yeah, National Fast Food Day, National Indiana Day. That is idea number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, you guys. And a couple of those have 2 different ones. Come on, you guys. This is easy pickings. You guys got this. All right. Next one, idea number 7 is Thanksgiving. That is November 26th. So, I'm sorry, the day before Thanksgiving, November 26th. So day before Thanksgiving, you can obviously, be just getting that whole mindset of gratitude and things like that before Thanksgiving. And then it also happens to be another second option for that is National Jukebox Day. So all kinds of ways, especially if you're a band that plays covers, all different opportunities to be able to look at the jukebox. If you consider yourself a jukebox, like, what, in honor of National Jukebox Day, like, what song would you love to hear us cover next? Maybe you've got a show coming up Thanksgiving weekend, and you can ask them, hey, what, in honor of National Jukebox Day, what song should we cover? Especially if you've got a show on the night of Thanksgiving Eve, great opportunity to tie that in. So yeah, take a look at that. It should be a good thing. And I remember when the night before Thanksgiving was like just a huge holiday. I don't know. Is it like that anymore? Do we have like tons of night before Thanksgiving shows anymore? I don't know. Let me know. And then, so that was idea number 7. And we're just going to do these next 3 together. because we're just going to continue with the rest of the weekend. So you've got Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, and then Small Business Saturday. So those are just some great opportunities to be able to connect with your audience and be grateful. But then if you do have products, if you do have merch, if you have shows and things like that, Black Friday is a great opportunity to be able to have those things available, or to remind them what you have available to sell. You don't have to do special, in my opinion, you don't have to do special Black Friday sales or discount things. Instead of discounting something, write this down. Instead of discounting something, keep what you have, but just look for an opportunity to add value to it. So if you've got a CD, if you've got tickets to a show, if you've got whatever, keep the monetary value what it is, but offer for this one time only, or however often you want to do it, but offer to say, hey, if you get my album on Black Friday, we'll also do a fans only Zoom call, or I'll also send you a playlist of all of my old stuff in Google Drive, like all the music I've had, like add on to what you already have to sell, or send them a shirt. Try to make it something where you're not actually going to spend a lot of money to add on to that sale, so that you would go in the hole. But if there's some time related value that you could offer to that, or experience related value that you could add on to that, think about that. Okay, so that also goes right into Small Business Saturday, reminding your audience that, hey, we are a business. Yes, we focus on just being able to provide music and provide joy, and do live shows and that kind of thing. But we are a business. That might be an opportunity to have a QR code and a donation bucket or a tip jar if they haven't been able to come to a show. Or maybe you got some old school fans that used to ride with you like all the time, but now they've moved out of town. So think about Small Business Saturday as a way just to remind your audience, but also remind yourself that you are a business and that it takes money to run this business. But it's also one of the reasons that I'm here, so that you can be thinking ahead to Thanksgiving. You can be thinking ahead to a month from now. What are some, campaigns that you can actually run that will help bring people to you, that you can help provide value to your audience and things like that. So those are 10 ideas for your social media set list for November. And you're like, why do you call it social media set list? Because I want to make sure that one of the things that we as musicians and artists really think about is the fact that we spend all this time trying to get on stages and trying to look for these shows that have the biggest stages and things like that. And social media is just kind of like this annoyance and this thing that we don't know. I don't want to take the time to figure it out. When if we take just a minute to think about it, social media is actually the largest stage that we'll ever have access to. So you've got people out there that you're just trying to get their attention, like the folks that are sitting at the bar that you're playing at with their back turned to you, watching the game, and you're quote unquote just trying to get their attention. So we wouldn't show up to a show without knowing what we were going to play, or at least having some idea of what we were going to play. So why would we do that for social media? So let's not do that for social media. Let's actually plan out or have some idea of what we're going to show up to social media with. So that's one of the reasons that we have a social media set list, these live streams that I'm going to do, like the last Thursday of the month. And then there is also a weekly email that you can be a part of. That's also called the social media set list, where I send out weekly short tips and ideas about social media things that you can sign up for. So if you're watching this and you want to hop on and get on that email list, just drop Setlist in the comments, and I will make sure you get that link. And then we're going to go from there. So before I head off to go pick up my golden doodle from the groomer, I also wanted to make sure that, you guys got a chance to, or that I got a chance to show you a little bit about how you can take these ideas, plug them into ChatGPT, and then be able to use them to create and generate your own ideas for the entire month. So if you take a look at, where is my screen? There it goes. Boom. Okay, so we just plugged in 10 ideas for November, helped you plan your month over lunch. One of the things that you can do when you actually get your AI marketing kit, that if you take a look at the QR code in the upper left-hand corner of the screen, if you scan that, that'll take you right to my store, and you can download that AI marketing toolkit that will get you some of these prompts. But we talked about, these 10 ideas for November. One of the things that you can do, and I know a lot of artists and bands, you're just coming to grips with the fact that social media is something that you need to use, let alone AI. But you don't have to do this alone. Think of, AI, think of ChatGPT as your bandmate that just doesn't sleep and loves to actually come up with ideas, like what you wouldn't give for a bandmate like that. Like, come on. So one of the things you can do is you can do a simple prompt, and this is one of the prompts in that marketing kit that you can, your starter kit that you can get. But I'm going to say generate 10 social media ideas for my band. Give it a little bit of info, you'll get some better results. We are a R&B cover band that plays in Indianapolis, Indiana, and we love to make our fans dance. All off the top of my head. Probably should have had something ready, but I didn't. And so, did I say, oh yeah, here, I'm going to do my band for the month of November. Include any relevant music inspired holidays or pop culture references we could use. Again, making this all up. So it's going to take a look here. I could have actually given it my band's name. I could have, included our website, and it would have gotten very specific. So as you can see, it comes up with one of the ones that we mentioned, November 6th, National Saxophone Day. And it's going to go through a list. It says post a 15 or 30-second clip of your horn player or yourself in a band setting doing a solo. Throwback R&B cover, meet the band, we could do a spotlight. We love Indianapolis nights. Great. What you shouldn't say when booking a band could be a carousel, a fan dance-off challenge. I've seen several of these that have been really good, where you can actually have a dance-off like with, what do you call them? I call them GIFs because the word is graphical, interchange, format, whatever it is. Some people say GIF, I say GIF. Anyway, but you can use this, for example, to have a GIF dance off in your comments. Thanksgiving, International Musician Day. I think I missed that one in the actual, list that we came up with. What up, Jeff? And then playlist drop, R&B floor fillers for fall, end of month recap, teaser for December. All of those things, just off the top of my head, you could see that we spent, quite a bit of time actually going through and coming up with specific ideas. Chat GPT, I like to call It's just kind of like your brain on steroids. So that's one of the tools. That's one of the ways that AI can help us, get there faster. It can take us from idea to concrete plan in no time at all, but we still have to execute. And that's what I'm here for, is to help you execute. So I just wanted to show you that. And I realized that I didn't share my screen. Share screen. Boom. Boom, share. You're sharing it? Okay, there you go. So yeah, as you can see, saxes and smooth vibes, throwback, meet the spotlight. So yeah, you can see all of those on there. So that is all I've got. That is hopefully something that's going to help you plan for November. Again, think about the weekend of Thanksgiving, and people are just naturally going to be in a purchasing and a buying mode. You don't have to come up with anything fancy, and you don't have to come up with a bunch of discounts. Just think about how you can offer what you already have, whether it's a CD, whether it's tickets to a show, whether it's merch or whatever it is. And instead of discounting it, actually add some sort of value add on to it, some sort of value add to that, whether it's virtual time with the band or a green room experience, or digitally sending them additional music that you have that you might not have published yet. So use that as an opportunity to make deeper connections with your fans. It's not always about trying to reach new people all the time. Take some time to actually connect more deeply with the fans that you already have, and you never know what you'll actually discover. So I hope that helps. I'm about to go get Mr. Chase from the groomer, and I'm going to take this off of here. So thank you all so much for all of your support of Indie Band Coach, and I do appreciate just the notes and all that thing with my health journey. So things are going well there. So if I can help you, let's hop on a call. You can actually do a quick scan of the QR code in the upper left-hand corner, or you can see the website there, store.indiebandcoach.com. There is an opportunity to schedule a call with me, either to talk about things like live streaming and using tools here like StreamYard, or we can have more of a booking agent call where I can do website audits, social media audits, and help you get ready to crush your content and book more events and more gigs that you love. All right. Thanks, you guys. Have an awesome rest of your day and have an awesome weekend. Work smarter, kick harder. I'll talk to you soon.